Welcome to the Daily Weapon XP podcast. I feel like a complete goober talking about it this much, but I had some more to say that I think might actually help. And we're keeping it simple this time, not gonna be a bunch of confusing attempts at testing and numbers, just gonna talk generally about what I know, some tips for what to be playing and how, looking at Nuketown, Dirty Bomb, and mostly zombies. First up, the zombies. Yes, you can still get very good weapon XP from zombies, even after the crappy feeling fix. I see lots of confused comments, and I think I've done a bad job explaining things, cause I'll mention something like zombies XP being better in a group in one video, but not another. Here's the deal. After everything I've tested and seen, it seems like after the changes, you definitely gain XP faster at the beginning of the game than you did before all this happened, despite what some people think. For that round 1 solo testing, I saw 7 XP per kill at launch, and around 34 XP per kill now, post-nerf adjustment. So yes, even after the double XP is over and you cut that in half, the base still seems much higher. However, as the rounds progress, it seems like it falls off more sharply than it did before, and that's the absolute crap feeling people are getting. Maybe combined with coming off the crazy high bug day, it's bound to feel bad. But yeah, now even after the first few rounds, it seems lower, and by rounds 10, 15, you'll notice it's dropping, and it'll keep getting worse until in the 30s, it can just be laughable. Your bar is inching along. It's to a point where some people are farming just the first few rounds and quitting to restart the game because that feels faster than playing the game normally. Pretty ridiculous. The other part to know about is the better XP rates when playing with other people. Not because of the PlayStation Party Up XP, many comments about that. That's a different thing that can stack on top, and it's never affected my numbers because I'm on PC. There seems to be a huge misconception that PS players can share their buff cross-platform. I think someone misread the wording on that, because it seems to clearly say that PS players can party cross-platform and that it just isn't going to ruin their buff, essentially. But the buff is only for PlayStation. Anyway, I covered the higher XP in a group thing in my first attempt at testing this stuff, and that still clearly seems true. I've seen plenty of theories trying to explain what's really going on, like that there's a set amount of weapon XP available per round, and it gets evenly divided among all the zombies that spawn. So in the higher rounds, the number of zombies spawning scales up faster than the total amount of XP available, so the XP gets worse and worse. And I guess the amount of total XP available is also higher when playing in a group, so you get more per kill, or there's just a multiplier. It's a neat theory, I guess. Some people have said that's confirmed, but I've never gotten a source out of anyone, other than apparently Syndicate mentioned it in a video somewhere. I don't really know, but that's okay. It's cool if a dev talked about some details, but even if that was confirmed, that doesn't really help us much. All you need to know is, yeah, playing with people still seems to help. If you don't play with friends, then I'd recommend hopping in that 20-round exfil public mode. Because if you combine playing with people with quitting early, you can absolutely still get really good weapon XP from zombies. I played one 20-round exfil and got my RPG from 13 to 30, and an AR from 1 to 22. It only takes maybe half an hour, so I think that's great XP, not just for casual PvE, but it's competitive with multiplayer. That RPG might have taken me a couple hours of pain on hardcore Nuketown with everyone running Flak Jacket. If you don't like playing with other people because of kill stealing and other annoying mistakes randoms make, I get that. Many people clearly don't know what they're doing. Well, maybe I can give you a tip that'll change your life if you haven't noticed it yet. Eliminations in zombies work the same as in multiplayer. If 2 people damage a zombie, you both get the full weapon XP, and you both get the in-game points as well. It's a fast way to get rich if you share all your kills. When I tested the XP stuff the first time, it originally gave you the XP for the weapon the other person was using to get the kill, but they fixed that a bit ago, so you do get it for your own weapon now, as intended. What this means is when I was playing with friends, doing some early rounds, someone would walk around tagging every zombie with damage, and the other person would get all the kills. That's even better than one person going AFK for you to get all the kills. And if you're in an uncoordinated public match, that's fine. You can just go around tagging as many zombies with damage as you can, and when they get killed, you both get all the XP and points. Only the person with the kill gets the elimination on the scoreboard, but who cares? That sounds like some kind of douchey leeching thing, but it's really not. I think almost everyone playing wants more points, more kills, and more XP. So I'd say it's really quite considerate to share all your kills. It's a win-win. You're able to damage more zombies, and they're able to kill more. You still get all the points to help open doors and all that. So even though I spent a lot of this game splashing with the RPG, I got all those ranks. Group play for XP is honestly really good with that mechanic in mind. If all zombies XP felt like that, then I'd say it's really well balanced with multiplayer. I was getting, honestly, great levels. Basically 20 ranks in the first 20 rounds. Cut that in half after the double XP, I know, and I'm talking the earlier weapon ranks, they do scale up, but I'd gladly play 2 games of 20 round exfil to get my RPG done. That felt fun and fair to me. Sadly, it seems like solo and high rounds suck big time for XP, giving most people that super unrewarding impression. High round solos are great for doing the actual camo challenges after you've unlocked them, of course, but that's about it. Hopefully that problem can be fixed or balanced in a way that makes more sense. Like maybe the high round thing is to combat leveling through glitch spots. I've seen that thrown around, but that's kind of dumb if it also severely punishes just playing the game as intended too. So that's where Zombies is at now. If you felt it was terrible after the update, I'm sure you were right for what you were playing, but there is a way you can play it that is not terrible. You have to jump in with friends and exfil kinda early, or hop in that 20 round mode. That seemed consistently good for me, but who knows, everyone seems to have a different experience. Now what about multiplayer? Because in the first video, I sort of mentioned Nuketown versus Dirty Bomb, and didn't even bother mentioning Dirty Bomb in the second one. My thing was that Dirty Bomb can absolutely be very good with that roughly 2.5 times multiplier on kills, but that I generally preferred Nuketown for multiplayer weapon XP. Taking a look at Dirty Bomb, don't worry, I have experienced the crazy games people talk about. I had a great game with the AUG, because that thing is OP as hell in there, where I took it from level 1 to 26. And then, for some reason, it was magically 36 after the game, for no reason. I don't know, sometimes the game steals your levels, sometimes it gives. Very annoying. I don't know where that came from, first time I've seen that. The next game was pretty good too, but I only got 5 levels. Well, ignoring that, even when crazy things don't happen, Dirty Bomb is very good. Again, because of the elimination thing, where you just have to deal some damage to get the full credit. In a non-crazy game, maybe I would take a gun from level 1 to 12. The thing is, Dirty Bomb is very long. Just because you see a lot of levels in the after action report, remember that in those 20 plus minutes or whatever, I could have played 2 to 3 Nuketown games where I got 4 to 5 levels in each one. I've found it to be fairly on par for my playstyle, which is why I've said it comes down to preference, playstyle, and what gun you're trying to rank. If I'm playing with friends, I totally want to be playing Dirty Bomb. It's more fun as a team, we all do better working together with the elimination XP. I'll rank up my tac rifles, they definitely excel in there. But when I'm solo, I'd rather just go to Nuketown for what I find to be a similar rate. It's consistent, easy, mindless, and I like that you get more kills there, meaning I can make good passive progress on camo challenges while ranking up the guns. Because I think taking advantage of Nuketown for certain challenges is super valuable too. For example, I knocked out all of my Sniper 5 kill streaks thanks to Nuketown. I thought that was going to be really annoying, but I'm so used to this map at this point, it just takes being a little campy, rotating around to different lines of sight every kill. Well, that's my basic view on the multiplayer breakdown, the comparison between those 2 main XP modes, because that was still a big thing I saw debate and questions about. I did a bad job explaining it before. Dirty Bomb probably has a higher cap for how much XP you can be getting. It is very good. But I have other reasons for liking Nuketown, and it shouldn't be too far behind. I hope that's a bit of a better explanation. I think trying to show more big XP tests would just make things more confusing, they wouldn't be very accurate, and may not even apply at all, depending on your playstyle and skill and all that. So that's all. I'm not even going to pretend to understand all the weird complexities anymore. I just wanted to give a better summary of advice. I think I can be done with weapon XP for a while. I know there are so many complaints about it now, and I don't really like being a part of it because some people get the wrong impression and think, why are you complaining about this like you want to be done with all the grind content in a week? It's supposed to take time. Season 1 hasn't even started yet. Like Warzone will be another way to rank up guns. And yeah, I totally agree with that sentiment. I don't think they should make everything easy so we can finish the game in the preseason. That is dumb. But there's definitely something to be said for how attachments are super important, even for players who don't have a lot of time to play. Too slow of a pace can feel super unrewarding, and the camo challenges being locked is maybe a main part of what makes it feel frustrating, because you want to feel like you're working on those all the time. I get that, and that stuff is why I advocate for things like harder mastery challenges, bigger camo challenges, and weapon prestiging that we'll probably see reappear someday, being the types of things for the long-term grind, so that the base weapon leveling can be more accessible. That's all, but it's not that serious. Nobody should be having a spur goat meltdown over weapons taking a little while to rank up. it's a game. It's all for fun, right? Who cares? But also, the way I have fun is min-maxing all the efficient progression stuff. So that's why I talk about it so much, and it can be frustrating when it seems to be confusing on purpose. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of the Weapon XP podcast. Or maybe this is 4, actually. I'll catch you next time.